recording. You ready for this?
Look, you got your smart ass tablet.
Of course I did.
Home slide.
Well, I'll work on. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say I'll work on that, but I think that's perfect. All right, let's see. Hi.
Hi.
How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Yeah.
We've got our microphones in
Figured
check.
out? Oh yeah.
Yep. We learned what the word sibilance means. What's it mean?
It's some kind of consonants in a row that make a certain sound, like zip, ship, shit, and genre.
Yeah, which I think is a lie.
That's some bullshit right there.
So we're in microphone check. We're check one.
Sibilance.
No, you guys say check two. Your microphone
check two.
two.
Sorry. Check two.
Microphone check
Test
one.
two.
Sibilance. Sibilance.
Did we start the thing? Are we like recording?
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're
are
recording.
We checking? Okay.
No, yeah, okay. Yeah, next time maybe we'll do that before we hit record.
I feel like we did that a lot before we hit record.
We did.
Today.
I had a lot of fun.
I thought we were tuned in.
Well, I wanted to keep going because it is fun to do. But so I kind of like where our conversation was going before we started here. We were talking about
snacks,
hair wash,
hair wash,
hair shampoo.
Because Chris asked how his bun was looking today, and I was like, "It is shiny."
I don't think he had to add that.
So
there.
nice, and you're like, "Is my dome shiny, or is my hair shiny?"
Right.
And I was like, "No, your hair. It's like pretty and glossy." And you're like, "Oh, it's grease."
Right. Yeah.
That was a compliment. And I was like, "Use Pantene Pro V."
See, I can't remember what it is. It's a green bottle.
It's Pert Plus, baby.
I don't think it's Pert Plus.
That's what Eric uses, and it just feels like our shower is just forever in the 90s.
It's definitely not Pert Plus. What flavor?
Herbal Essence. Oh, Fructis.
Nah, it's Herbal Essence, I think.
Fructis is a green bottle.
That could be also. It's got like a mango flavor. So that's what it tastes like. But I think the scent is something else.
I could just see you chugging shampoo.
Like, this isn't mango. This is crap. Yeah.
What? This isn't a shower snack?
Yeah, I know. Ooh. Write that down in my
shower snack.
Write that down. Shampoo, shower snack.
Edible,
I mean, if you could eat
shampoo.
your shampoo, now we're talking.
Make it protein.
Yeah, sure.
I feel
why
like
not?
that would be good for your hair too.
Right. Well,
do you do shower beers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
I do shower beer or shower coffee sometimes.
Right.
And Eric thinks that I'm nuts. I'm like,
oh no, it's the best.
I'm multitasking here. Okay.
And the thing is, like, I won't drink like the whole beer, even though like that would be my goal. But it's just like having it there and like reaching over, and like, oh yeah, I forgot. There might be a little bit of my own, leftover body wash and stuff in here, and that's fine with me.
I mean, as long as you're the one drinking it, I wouldn't drink somebody else's.
I'm not going to come out of the shower and be like, Sarah, you want to taste?
little sippy sip.
It's a little different.
I definitely do like tub beers. Like if I'm taking a bath. In the bathtub, tub beers. But I thought I was weird because I get... Like, you just start sweating balls in the tub, right?
Okay.
And so I took my foot out and, like, put the foot on the cold tile.
Yeah.
I was like, am I the only one that does this? And I found, no, everybody does it.
Okay.
So.
How'd you find that out?
I took a picture and posted it on my Instagram. And I was like, is this just, do you put your foot outside and put it on the cold tile to chill out? No, just me? Cool. And everybody's like, no, I absolutely do that.
That's a good way to use social media to, make you feel like you're not crazy.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was just making fun of myself because I actually thought I was crazy. But everybody's crazy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain that's
At least I'm the
fact.
fun kind, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like you can turn batshit crazy, and that's no fun.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just the normal fun crazy.
That's good.
Yeah.
The batshit crazy, and in our profession, which by the way, if you haven't listened since podcast
Episode
1, we are real estate agents.
Yes.
So in our professions, our day to day, meetings, I was actually meeting with somebody recently. I'm not going to say which day, because then if they by chance were to be listening to this,
if they are one of our 20,
yeah, right,
one of our consistent 20,
and I was just sitting there thinking to myself, man, the people I talk to, the people who I build a relationship with, because you have to build a relationship with them, and it's like, all right, here we go, let's go for it, buddy.
Oh my god. I was actually just before I came here, I showed a house in one of the little towns around here, and it was next door to the first house that I showed this couple like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, right? And the house didn't have AC. I decided to wear a dress for some reason that day. Which, I mean, you know me, I'm not a dress person.
I was going to say, did you borrow a dress, or?
It's mine.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know what I had going on. I was just feeling it.
Right. Just like, okay,
I'm
good.
going to do it. I'm going to lean into it.
All right, let's talk about this dress. Not to sound creepy, but was it a
cotton t-shirt dress?
Okay.
But it has like a little bit of elastic around the waist, so
Gotcha.
it's like defining because I'm very short, so I need that.
Okay, continue.
Knee length. Yeah.
Right. That's good.
So hot. It was like 1,000 degrees out. I just am meeting these people. The house itself does not have AC, so you're sweating balls throughout the entire house. I just had a baby, and I am like,
wait. Let's pause.
Did anybody hear the toilet?
Okay, just in case you did. If you did, please write in and tell us. I don't know what.
Just tell us that you listened.
Yeah, right. Please just write us. Whatever.
Please, we want to talk. We want to talk.
Just
to
pretend like you heard the toilet. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Yeah,
so you're hot.
I'm just like sweating balls and walking around this house in this dress, and it's like I have sweat dribbling down my legs, my like inner legs.
I never thought about that for a dress.
Guys, I don't remember if I told them or not. But I'm like, I'm not peeing my pants. This is sweat.
I'm gonna say you probably told them.
Oh my gosh, knowing me, I probably did.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if I told them or not because I reminded them about it today.
Nice.
And then, like, to top this house off, they had pet spiders in the house, and not one, two. They had like tanks. There were tanks of spiders, and it was not a tarantula. It was like a giant ass wolf spider. I mean,
yeah.
I was having a hard time walking by them. I just had to like look at something else. I'm like, this is your first time meeting these people. Be cool.
Yeah.
So as I'm telling the story, it was clear I was not. I was not cool at all.
Yeah, and you're sweating and
I'm sweating
hot
and
oh man, you probably just couldn't wait to get out of there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, it was awful. It was absolutely awful.
Well, if this makes you feel any better, I made a bearded dragon cage just recently.
Okay.
For a new bearded dragon that we have. And
when was this?
About 2 weeks ago we got one. Oh, we'll talk later. But so I just noticed the other day when I put crickets in that I did not make it cricket proof.
Oh no.
So those crickets, and that's the first thing they do when you drop them in there. They start like going around the edges, trying to find a way out.
Yeah.
It's like, and then that stupid dragon just sits there and looks at him.
You're too lazy. Eat the fucking cricket.
There was one on his head, and he was just sitting there, just looking at me in the eye,
With one eye.
Yeah, looking at me with that one eye. The other one probably, who knows where it was looking.
Stink eye.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not eating this.
Dragon.
Like,
I'm a vegetarian, dick.
Yeah, right. Quit giving me this shit.
Right.
He's probably opening it up. Yeah. So
I don't know what they eat. I just threw that out
I'll have to look up corn. They eat all kinds of stuff. Like gave him some broccoli today.
All right. It's healthy. Getting his veggies in.
Yep. Lettuce, romaine lettuce, collard greens. This is a sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
I felt like I was going down that path. You did mention sweaty balls.
Not today.
Yeah, you did.
Nuh-uh.
Your balls were sweating.
Oh, I was sweating balls. That's true.
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, we got a bearded dragon gifted to us, but it was just in a smaller cage.
Did you expect it? Was it a gift? Was it like a gift from one of the kids? Did you know it was coming, or was this like a grandparent like?
Oh no, it was a friend of Brooke's.
Okay.
And her fiance, he used to be a pet store manager.
Okay.
And so they had gone to a reptile convention.
Okay.
And she thought it'd be cool if she got a bearded dragon. And she got one, and she's like, it's not cool.
It's not cool.
and he's got, all these frogs and just, gosh, he's breeding roaches to feed the frogs. It was the most disgusting and cool thing I've ever seen. Like these fat roaches just climbing over each other.
Stop.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I'm like, what if they got out? And so he's got all this stuff. And so they gave it to us, but I made him a bigger cage, and it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
And he climbs the walls.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I did, that spray foam that everybody uses to fix everything.
Like rocks and stuff?
Yeah, well, I just sprayed it on the side.
Great stuff?
Yeah.
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 It actually is?
It is good. Yeah, people think that you can use that for anything. Yeah.
Don't you know?
Yeah, right. Well, I did.
Yeah, I did. That's
I used
why
it to make the walls look cool.
Indeed great stuff.
It is great stuff. And he climbs the walls.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's...
that's pretty good. He could sink his claws into it and get a good grip, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I got worried maybe he was stuck one time because he was just there forever. And then I pulled him off. But he seems...
a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So there's a bearded dragon named Pickles.
I love that his name is Pickles.
Yeah.
After the pickle beer?
No, I didn't name it. Quincy, he just named him Pickles.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So I have a friend, her husband he used to be, I wouldn't say like a fumigator, but like he used to be one of those pesticide guys that goes around to, I think, like food factories and does a bunch of stuff for like flour mills, that kind of thing. But then he switched into their R&D department.
Okay.
And so now he works in a lab with all these fuckers, and I was hanging out with that friend one day, and we had to go drop something off to him at work, and he showed us his lab, and he has they had scorpions that just had babies. And
what'd that look like?
Scorpion babies are like, when they're fresh, they are like see-through.
Right.
And then they're like whitish, but they all like cling to their mom's back and just like hang out. So it's like this one big ass scorpion with like a bunch of white mini scorpions all over it.
Cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
But they had a bunch of cockroaches, a bunch of different types of cockroaches. Those were not cool.
Well, the females, I think, maybe the males can fly. The females cannot. Something.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So going back to the scorpions, aren't they, I want to say iridescent.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Iridescent, that means like the pearly,
glow?
purpley glow. I don't know if I bet the white ones would if you had a black light on.
I think that's
be
the
like
case.
boom, boom.
Yeah, they're like, oh, let's do this. And their little
ring.
tails, I can see like, oh man.
Oh, that would be fun.
A scorpion rave? Okay. Yeah.
You can't see me, but I just did a rave dance.
Yeah. Well, if I ever post a video.
Yeah.
Right. So far, I am striking out on the videos, but this one should be okay.
Keeping up my end.
I know.
That's fine. It's fine.
So let's see what's new in the world of stuff.
We got grass at the new house.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Things are so exciting.
Oh, okay.
We have grass now. Okay.
So let's talk about the Watcher thing.
Oh.
This is what the podcast should be about from here on out.
The whole podcast.
Yeah, because Eric doesn't listen.
No. He will never hear this because he doesn't love me. He doesn't love me and he doesn't support me. So this podcast does not exist in his head.
So I feel like the Watcher letters should be not from me. Like, I'll send them.
Right.
But they should be a team effort from our listeners. Because the suggestions you got and sent me are all way better than I would have done. Yeah. So I think this is going to be better served if we reach out.
Crowdsource all of the creepiness.
So do you want to look and see what you sent me about the suggestion?
No,
you've got your phone recording.
Okay,
so. I'll look it up.
Yeah, sorry. So this was a screenshot from Melissa. She had on our Instagram sent us 20 ideas for the Watcher, and they were all really creepy and really good.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going through. Let's see. Maybe you're talking. Okay. Here we go. I'll just read it from the top.
Okay.
All right. Who's this from? Melissa Richardson?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Melissa Richardson.
Wait a second. Is that the one I know?
Probably.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah, she is an assistant for a lender in town. So,
wow.
We found that we listen to the same things and read the same things and like a lot of the same things. And then we also like beer and plants. And so we became fast friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it the same Melissa I know? I'll have to look it up.
Probably.
Sorry, Melissa. I haven't seen her for a while. Okay, here we go. Whoa, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me clear that out. P.S. Oh, I did have to start with that because...
You probably need to read the first one and not the last one.
Well, it just says smartass.
Oh, she was probably calling me a smartass for something else.
Okay. So she says, been meaning to email this, but I can never remember. For Chris being the watcher, I wanted to throw out the possibility of someone else having wanted that corner. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, they wanted that lot, planned their house, but by the time they were ready, it was under contract. So they have been watching your house be built. Maybe even been in it and disagreed with your design choice. Mm-hmm. I want the Lafayette Watcher own house street to be a success. What does that mean?
I don't want to say.
You don't want to say? Mm-mm. What that means? Mm-mm. You know what it means? Mm-hmm. Do I?
No.
Wow. Okay. It's a... should I hand this to you to read? We'll talk.
Later. Let me write on your notepad.
Yeah. Here's the notepad.
I have a secret to write.
Oh my gosh, a secret. We can't keep secrets from our listeners.
I really want to keep this secret.
Okay.
I really do.
She said, I thought of ways to make it creepier, like something they hurried up and buried in the cement while it was drying, so they would always be a part of the house. Oh my gosh. Thought about the walls, but no, something more, what the fuck? There's no way I can possibly check. Oh man.
Don't read that out loud.
Okay.
If you can even read my handwriting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
So sorry you guys don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's okay.
feel bad.
No, it's I love this.
Oh crap! I wonder if you can zoom in and see what I wrote in this video.
If you
it's fine.
Watch the Instagram post,
right?
You might be able to catch it. I don't know. I could barely read your cursive anyway, so
it's not. Honestly, it's not cursive. It's
a
just
combo.
Lazy.
Yeah. It like kind of no.
Yeah. It's not that bad. Oh.
I was trying to see if I kind of write like that, but I think I'm all print.
I mean, yours isn't good either.
No. But it's meant for me, not for somebody else to read.
Sorry. Next time I will write your notes.
Please, if you will, just kind of mimic what I do so I can read.
I felt like I did. Just clearer.
No, you didn't.
Anywho.
So yeah.
So like hiding stuff on the walls.
Right.
Hiding
cement. I love that. Like that would have been an easy one too. You know, to go out there, bury something in the cement.
Because I know that the people who built our house, like, they painted, like, or they drew something on the inside of one of the drywall before everything was studded out.
Yeah.
It was like an exterior wall, so they did it on the inside of the sheeting in the garage. Mm-hmm. But it was like the stick figure guy, and they named him Rambo.
Nice.
So, like, I do remember seeing that when we were walking through, and I did point it out to Eric, so maybe you can say that Rambo...
Oh, yeah. Let's start with Rambo. I like building up to this because that's like if the first letter came out with that, I think the first letter needs to ease him into it. Like, okay, this is kind of weird. I'm not going to get too creeped out, but we're playing the long game on this.
I'm really nervous because I think I'm going to give it away because I'm not going to be nervous and freaked out and scared or anything too.
Just how about that'd be the best way to play it? Like, just don't be nervous. Just be like, somebody's just messing with you, and blow it off. Make him seem like he's crazy. We're going to drive this man nuts. We're
going to try to, but I feel like I'm still going to be a tell. I think no matter what I try, I think he's going to be like, what'd you do? Who did this?
Yeah.
I think he's going to know.
So that's why I think we need to start off slow. Build his trust as the watcher.
Okay.
You know, not call it the watcher. You know,
right? I feel like that would be too obvious.
You think like just a letter, like, "Hey, welcome to the neighborhood," blah blah blah. Like start off with that.
Yeah.
And then signed something weird, or something kind of weird,
or just not signed.
Or just not signed.
Yeah.
And then just like he'll read it, be like, "Oh, that was nice, but weird that nobody put their name to it."
From.
Yeah, there's like no return address, and just like a little welcome.
Yeah.
And then the next time,
nice, and then each time like get how many of these
like start
letters
a month.
Are you wanting to do?
One a month.
One a month.
One a month, just long enough for him to forget, and then be reminded.
Okay.
And then the second one, just same thing, like, "Hey,
Jonah's birthday.
you guys are doing great." Oh gosh.
I can give you details about his birthday party.
Yeah.
And then you can be like,
right.
Yeah.
So saw the party, looked like you guys are having fun, blah blah blah. Leave it at that. And then like the next month, like, "Hey, just notice."
Like this one, since we first got the grass, you can be like, "Oh, the grass looks good."
Yeah. And then you tell me something about your house that, maybe
recent
you did
work
to it,
something.
Something I could kind of point out as the watcher, like, "Hey, just so you know." Or,
I feel like you did that wrong.
But yeah. You don't really think the house can do better than that.
Right.
Come on, step it up. And then this is probably like month 4 or 5 by the time we say, we buried something in the driveway. Like and then I think we'll know when to stop when he gets out the jackhammer. That's when
he'll probably be like, "This is such bullshit." Like, he probably won't. I don't know.
It'll be fun to see how long it takes before he
know.
just calls you out on it.
I'm thinking 1. Like,
that's why I'm thinking we ease into it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
don't tell me when you do it though. Like,
okay.
Let it be a surprise in the mail for me too.
Yeah.
And don't tell me exactly what you write in it, because then I can be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, "Chris, what are you thinking?" But it can be a surprise.
What if you get one and then you come to me and I'm like, "I haven't done it yet, Sydney."
Yeah. I could see you doing that just to be like, even though you did send it. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I seriously did not do that.
But so April Fool's is coming up.
Ooh, yeah.
And with the bearded dragon and the cricket situation, I have an idea for you to get Sarah, because she also doesn't listen to this.
Yeah.
But they have those little, almost like a beeper thing where you can hide like this little speaker somewhere in the house, and then you push a button.
Yeah.
And it's a cricket sound.
Ooh.
And then you could like move it around.
Yeah.
And like that cricket is driving me nuts, and I cannot find it anywhere.
That's awesome.
And see if that.
Okay, I like that.
Like I've seen advertisements for it on Amazon a lot lately. Not just lately, but over the last 6 months. It's like, you should buy this. I'm like, Amazon, stop it! I buy stupid shit all the time.
They know you.
They do.
Yeah. Like, if anybody's gonna buy this cricket. Have you looked for fake rabbit turds?
I haven't.
On there? Yeah,
honestly.
you could. Do you want some? I can sell you some.
Sure.
Okay, see?
I feel like I could just burn some popcorn though.
Yeah.
Or burn like seed corn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what it'll be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Absolutely, you could.
You don't need. It's fake. You don't need to know what's made or how it's made.
Did I tell you my parents, when I think it was on their honeymoon, they went to the Smoky Mountains and somebody sold them, or I don't know if they actually sold them or tried to sell them, varnished moose turd necklace. So
those are like
deer and moose. They poop in like little round balls,
yeah.
And so they strung them up and they like shellacked them, kind of like I did with that fish, which I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what happened to it.
That's like a group of words that none of them should ever be together, except for moose and turd.
They're all strung together.
Yeah. A necklace. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
What a shitty necklace. You ever watch that movie Fired Up?
I don't think
God,
so.
you would love it. It's hilarious. It's an older one.
Who is it? Tell me about it.
I don't even know the guys who are in it. Let me just tell. Here we go. I'm warm. I'm taking this off. I'm burning up. Okay.
Now it's like, I'm going to IMDb this shit too.
Yeah. All right. Here's movie review time. Fired up. Okay. These two high school football players. It's their senior year and senior summer, and they have to do football camp, or the 3 days or whatever for the summer, and they're like, one's like the varsity quarterback and the other one's the receiver or whatever.
It's only rated a 6 out of 10.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know what they're talking about. It's amazing.
So these two guys, you would recognize the guy, or I think both of them. But anyway, so they
it's really a cast of nobodies.
Hey.
Oh,
anyway,
this guy was on New Girl. He was Dr. Sam.
I don't even remember him in the movie. Okay, so there's also at the same time during that summer, is a cheerleader camp. Okay,
oh gosh, she's in it.
So they decide, they're like, all right, we're gonna go to cheerleading camp instead. We're gonna be cheer dudes. That's gonna be a lot better summer than football. So they do that. They just go do that, and their coach is not happy. But however that all works out, the point being, they're there at a cheerleading camp, and they're just trying to hook up and stuff.
Right. Okay.
So the reason the necklace thing made me laugh, or brought this up, was so there's one homosexual guy who likes one of the guys who, one of the football players, and and so they're both our two main characters. They're both on a bus, like going somewhere, and the one's got.
I like how you're just giggling.
I know, the one's got this beaded necklace that he's just like got in his mouth. He's just going back and forth because it feels good, and he's like, "Where'd you get that?" And he tells him, "Oh, the one guy gave it to me." Well, it turned out they were anal beads. And he's just going through his mouth like that, like anyway. That was probably there's a lot funnier things than that, but that reminded me of that. Anytime I think of like
a turd necklace,
a turd necklace, a ribbed necklace, like Sarah will have, like a bracelet with all the beads, and I see it, I laugh every time. I just think about that scene.
You're such a 12-year-old.
It is a good movie. Ask Brooke, because that's when we watched it. Yeah, when she was in high school.
Yeah, I think that's when it came out.
Yeah,
it's like 8 or 09 or something. But oh my gosh,
that was a long walk.
I know. I need to.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Okay.
So you asked me to look into those musicians, and I did not.
Which ones?
That country.
Oh, I'm over that anyway.
I'm over that.
That was a week ago. I've moved on to others.
I don't even remember.
No, you don't need to do that, but
okay.
Yeah.
But I do expect you to listen to the ones that I sent you.
I have them written down still. That's the extent of it.
That's the extent.
But they're written down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out sometime.
You'll get it. Yeah. Yeah. No, so, wrote some new songs.
Pranks? Oh, you created new songs, or you learned other people's
created
new songs? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I've got a total of 8 now.
That's almost enough for a whole album.
I know, right?
Are you going to record here?
If there was not other people around, I would.
There's not. Just pull the curtain.
I could come at night. It's That's pretty true. Cool and quiet here at night.
Okay.
All right.
You
feeling me? But yeah.
Yeah.
So there they are.
This is the most content-filled conversation we've had in a long time.
Yeah, is it?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say it's we start and then we stop. Let me tell you all about this movie, and I'm gonna tell you this one little gag, just one little gag that. Well, probably if you just listen to me tell it, you're like, I'm not interested in that movie.
I don't want to see the whole movie because of this one tiny little thing.
No, but it was the build up to it because they're very sweet guys,
Are they?
I
feel like
as sweet as they could be in it.
A whole movie about two dudes in high school trying to hook up I don't feel like they're sweet. I feel like they're just trying to get laid.
Yeah, no, they are. But then you
they're
see,
really sweet about it.
They're really sweet about it. Well, you learn. They learn. It's they evolve. They learn that that's not over a summer camp, and then what is really important? Is it hooking up? Is it football, or is it love and anal beads?
Probably anal beads.
A little bit of both.
Hooking up and anal beads.
Yeah.
Hooking up to anal
beads. It is a very funny movie, which I have not seen for a long time, but that one scene sticks out with you. Oh yeah. He was just so happy
about his anal beads.
Okay, let's move on. Well, I've seen we've already lost about 3 listeners already.
At least.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just down to 3 listeners.
That could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see. My thoughts.
You don't want to read any of that. You actually filled more papers than I thought you would.
Well, yeah. Sometimes my brain starts to go, so things get written down.
I'm just excited that you're using your notepad.
Yeah, I am. I love it. Yeah, now that needs to be public. Yeah.
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 I need you to give me Lorna's phone number so that I can ask her the name of that shop the gem shop that she got the medium lady from.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I want to be weird and be like, tell me everything about myself.
Yes.
Thank you.
I am still under the thinking.
Yeah.
That, like I said before, if you go in with feelings, if you go in with kind of a preconceived notion of what everyone kind of knows what how they're feeling. They just might be afraid to admit it.
Right.
And feelings change day to day. You know what I mean?
True.
So I don't feel like and she'll even say this, she doesn't predict the future. She just kind of reads you.
Right.
And so if you go in with, angst and all, concern over something, she's going to point that out.
Well, maybe I should go to this one that my friend knows because she totally predicted futures for
Ooh,
them. Yeah.
Really?
So I'm like, I want to know about that.
Yeah.
So she predicted, because my roommate had wanted, she's on the fence about if they want to have or try for another kid.
Mm-hmm.
And she had 2 miscarriages, and she didn't tell anybody about them. I hadn't even known about them. And she told her about that, and she's like, I predict that you're going to have another one. This is what the gender will be. This is roughly the timing. And then her sister that had gone with her, you're nervous about, starting this relationship, and you're wanting to have kids, but you're not sure if this is the relationship to do it in or whatever. It is, and you'll be pregnant roughly in the same time frame. It's
all right, and she nailed it both.
Named the gender for her. It hasn't happened yet, but
but she predicted she's okay. So there's a future that she's predicted. Okay,
if she's right, I'm just gonna give her all of my money. And
well, that's not the kind of stuff I got from this one. It was it was more just this is what you're concerned about, and this is what you need to do. Basically.
Did you do it?
Well, it's nothing specific.
Oh, okay.
It was just you feel like you're stuck in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
And
get unstuck.
Yeah, get unstuck. You just need confidence to get unstuck.
Which that seems something weird, because I don't really feel like when I look at you, it's not like I think that you're lacking in confidence.
Well, that's because I do a good job at the start. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm constantly second guessing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I've gotten used to being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
I feel like once you kind of start doing more of those uncomfortable things and then finding I didn't die. I didn't do this thing. It just proves that,
Yeah.
It's not an unsafe thing to be uncomfortable. If that makes sense.
Well, and it does make sense.
Okay.
And then once you realize everyone's in their own world.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own stories going about themselves, and really, for as much as we want to be in the thoughts of others, we rarely are.
Yeah.
You know?
Nobody gives a shit about you.
Not really.
Which,
like,
that sounds really mean and harsh, but it's like...
It's also freeing.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, you are, and especially like a stranger.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm in a, I don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a character to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just whatever it is that they perceive me to be.
They see you for that 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. So I can be whatever I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I just be anything other than what I want to be?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, once I kind of start thinking that way, and you start seeing the benefits of getting out of your comfort zone, doing things that are scary, and just like the whole open mic thing. Yeah, to me, that's a challenge every time. Tonight?
I was thinking the event that you have coming up.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Oh.
I think she was basically just kind of casting out a broad net to see if there was any interest, and then I responded, and there was no callback, basically.
Oh, dang it.
But I don't have any material recorded to show or anything like that. I'm just a guy.
Yeah, you're just a dude.
Just a dude who says he can do something.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But the doing that, the open mics.
It's still a big step for you to say yes to it, though.
Right.
Even though they didn't say yes back, but.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. Is I'm gonna say yes, and I know in 3 weeks I can be ready.
Yeah.
I know in 3 weeks I can do anything. Give me that much time, and I'll figure it out, and it'll be whatever it is, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. Just taking that step, just doing it, and then like you said, once you do it and you realize I'm still alive.
Yeah. Didn't hurt too bad.
Didn't hurt too bad. It was worth it. Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Let's go again. Let's go. But I think where I get stuck, and I feel like others that I know get stuck, is just when they, I don't know, maybe they don't know what it is they would like to do. Mm-hmm. What do they want to do that's going to make them uncomfortable in a good way?
Yeah.
What are those things that they would really love to have or to see themselves doing, and then what's the step, the next step to get there. And a lot of people just see that next step and they're like, nah, I can't do that.
Nah.
Yeah.
What's a mini step?
What's something you want to do?
What's something I want to do?
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're doing things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're doing a podcast.
I am doing a podcast. And what's funny is I feel like for the longest time I did care about what everybody thought. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I still kind of do. I think it's a struggle that everybody has, at least a little bit. But when I told one of my teammates that we were going to do it, I think on one hand he was upset that you didn't ask him to do it instead.
Caleb.
Don't call it out. Stop it.
I love you, Caleb.
But then he also said, be prepared for everybody to hate you. And I was like, what? And he's like, just because you're doing something different, everybody's going to be pissed that they didn't think about it first, that they're not the ones that come up with it, and they're going to shit all over you for you doing it.
And
just kind of like he did.
Right. You know what? Right? And I think that's a fear not based on reality.
Yeah.
I think that's a fear that keeps people from doing things.
Yeah.
Is that right there? When we did videos, and me and Caleb did videos.
Right.
And I never got any hate from that.
Right.
And if there was hate,
nobody said it to
Nobody
your
said it
face.
to me, so I'd give a shit,
Yeah.
And even if they did, I wouldn't give a shit.
Right.
It's well, it's done.
I
Whatever,
didn't
it's
hurt
out there.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Except you just called out Caleb, so now.
Yeah, I'm hurting Caleb, but that's all right.
That's fine. He's in fucking Hawaii. He's
well,
doing fine.
Yeah, I hope you're listening right now, Caleb.
Right. Oh, he's not.
I hope your butthole gets bitten by a scorpion.
Oh.
Not stung, but bitten.
What's the difference?
It's
do they bite
less. It's less painful. I don't wish him too much harm.
Okay.
It might actually feel good. So that's why I'm wishing upon you, Caleb.
We'll just keep saying his name.
Yeah. Caleb Stead.
Stop! You didn't say his last name before.
I used to pronounce it Steed forever.
On purpose?
No.
Or just because you thought
that's what I thought it was. Yeah. There are still realtors who I see about once a week, and I don't know their names.
See, I feel like you're that type of person. I'm just like, I know like everybody's name, and I remember it, unfortunately.
Oh, I wish I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I do. I'm just unsure. You know, I'm not confident enough to throw it out.
Yourself.
I don't trust myself.
Yeah.
Because I've done it wrong before. So, but yeah. So as far as the haters, like, I don't know who they hating with. Like, who are they? I could see.
Yeah.
I could see. Let me hate to take.
Yeah.
I could see a brokerage. I'm not going to name any brokerages, but any brokerage. Anytime you get a group of people together.
Yeah.
You know, like in our profession, you know, where we're all, you know, not competitors, but we are.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. Like, you look at people doing social media, and there's envy. You know, like, I envy the people who can keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because I did it hard for like a year.
Yeah.
And then I got burnt out.
Yeah.
And that's why I've got nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I have Snapchat. And I'll just be snapping, like, you know, when Ari was over and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, the bearded dragon cage.
Right.
Just like stuff normally people would be putting on Instagram.
Yeah.
But me, I'm just like, nah. I'm like, I got so heavy into the social media.
Yeah.
I created a persona, basically, you know, and to me, that's where the suckiness of our profession comes in, because, you know, you can just be yourself on social media as a real estate agent, but there's always that, you know, ever lingering thing, you know, where this is also my business. Yeah, this is also my way of sustaining my business.
Yeah.
And for those people who can just forget that and just do what they want, like, more power to them. I love that.
I mean, I kind of do that. Like,
more power to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I only have, well, I guess I have two, because we have one for the podcast and then my personal one that I kind of just do both. And, like, you know, my personal one, it's got my kids in it. It has, like, real estate funnies in it. It has, like, my fitness stuff in it. It's got, like, I don't know, I just share bullshit all the time. Like, it is what it is.
And I love it.
If you want to follow it, great. If not, like, just keep scrolling. I don't care.
It's just you. Like, it's your. If you stopped doing real estate, you'd be doing the same thing on social media.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. When I started social media, I only started it for business. Like, I wasn't like a part of it until business needed it, and then so everything was just focused. Not that I, you know, completely pulled my personality out. Like, I think my personality came out quite a bit.
For sure.
But at the same time, it was like, but it's all under this guise of realtor, you know? And, like, I would never post things about my family, you know? And it just started to feel so empty to me. So I think I'm like, basically, I've been, it's been like 2 or 3 years of like radio silence, except for what Brooke posts for business on our business page. And I feel like I'm just now, I feel disconnected from people. Like, when you're sitting down and you got nothing to do and you're scrolling through your phone, like, I would never scroll through Facebook or anything like that. And so I didn't know what anybody was doing. Yeah. And then I'd hear, and I'd feel so bad for not knowing, you know. And then that's where I was like, man, I'm missing out on people by not doing this. Right. You know, out of my principle or whatever. Yeah. And so now I'm trying to creep back in.
It's such like a double-edged sword too, because you can definitely get too into it, and I feel like, I mean, there's a lot of times where I'm like sucked in and I'm just like going to town, and I think for me, I use it more as a way to numb out and not feel like feelings that I should be feeling, because there's a lot of personal stuff going on that I've talked to you off mic about, and it's really weird and really hard to deal with all the time, and your feelings on that change every day, and new things pop up, and it brings other things up, and I hate feeling it. So I will numb out with social media and do my doom scrolling, or I've gotten into reading a lot of books lately, which is like, I mean, if you think about reading, it's a healthy habit to have, right? But it's escapism, because you're escaping into this other story that has nothing to do with anything that you're dealing with, and it gives your mind a chance to break free over the bullshit that you have to deal with, you know? Like, which I think the way that I use it sometimes is unhealthy, because I'm not dealing with what I need to deal with, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want
to. I know, and it's tough to deal with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I do with my music.
Yeah.
That's my escape.
I mean, I feel like escape can be, you know, a good thing or a bad thing, too.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Yeah. And, I mean, you see some people escaping on social media by bringing in some of that, like, their personal issues, and just kind of putting it out there. And I always wonder, like, does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
And I bet it's, again, a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Like, you put it out there and you feel better. But then the thing with the social media, you're like, you put it out, you're like, oh, okay, that felt good. I'm glad I got that off my chest. I wonder how many likes I got.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what the comments.
Or even
somebody
like,
didn't see that.
You get some of those where it's like, yes, I feel that same thing. Like, I'm so glad you shared, because I feel the same way. I'm glad I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure you also get, like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes some of the things that I post, like, would it strike too close to home for certain people? Would they get pissed about it? Would, you know, you're kind of worried about those things too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, like you said, feelings change every day.
Yeah.
So you're feeling one thing, and you're like, all right, is this something worthy of posting? Because I may not feel it tomorrow.
Right.
I don't know if that's thoughts that go through your head or
Absolutely.
Anything, yeah.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because there's stuff where it's like, I feel this, but I feel like if somebody, you know, is reading it through their own filter, it might come off too harsh, and I don't want to piss other people off just for shits and giggles, even though it sounds fun. But, like,
so
I don't know.
And so I feel bad because I'm not looking at your social media, but
whatever, Chris.
When you're typically, like, when you have something that is weighing heavy enough to where you want to share it, or even if you don't, you know, it's something that you are getting away from. I'm not trying to get too to the point, but is it a random? I mean, is it like a wide variety of things, or is it kind of always going back to a central place?
It's usually the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. There's a couple. It's never like, it's not like me sitting in front of the camera like, let me pour my heart out and tell you what is going on in my life. It's like I see like little bits and pieces from other people, and typically it's like this one. Like one or two
one
like
person
therapists.
named Caleb? Oh, okay.
No. Like actual therapists.
Oh, okay.
Talking about certain situations. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And like I'll like share those out. I'm like, for the people in the back, read it again. And you know.
Then there's got to be like a satisfaction of sharing.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like it's something that touched you, and that's great. It touched me, and now I'm just gonna have it by myself. Like, that seems so lonely. That's what I do. Like something, you know, that I feel, and let's say I write it down, or you know, make a song about it, or just learn it, and I'm like that's touching, and that I hope I never forget that, but I don't share it with anybody, and so that's a lonely place too, because then you're like just this. I feel like with my kids, we're both really going deep, but
I know. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, like with my kids, I feel a lot of things for them, and they're all good things.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time expressing those things.
Yeah.
And especially in a consistent way. So it's like I know I feel these things, and I hope they feel that I feel those things. But if I'm not saying them, if I'm like continuing to reinforce it, They don't know it. And then when it's too late, I'm just going to be like that ghost, that just wandered around.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean?
Stop.
Just saying.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Man, parenting, it's weird, man.
It is. Well, it's just not kids. It's everybody. You know what I mean?
People are weird.
Yep.
Kids are weird.
It goes back to
Living
that.
is weird.
People see you as they see you. They see you just as, whatever mask you put on. And most everybody sees me as like this overly confident guy who, will do anything, whatever he wants.
Yeah.
With all confidence in the world, and probably speaks his mind. Maybe I don't know.
But I feel like that's the thing, which we've talked about this before too. The thing that I like about you the most is everything's figure outable. It's not life or death. You don't have to take things too seriously. I kind of feel like doing this. Let's do this and let's see where it goes. And you're not defined and you're not stuck in this box.
Right.
You're just like, hey, I'll try this for a little bit, and if I feel like stopping, I'll stop, and if I feel like not, I'll keep going. Or if I feel like changing it to be this, then we'll do that. I mean, think about this podcast for one. It was on a whim, out of the middle of nowhere. We hadn't been talking for a while.
And now we're freaking top of the charts, and we are making $100,000.
$1 million. We're not selling real estate anymore because we just talk shit on a podcast. It's the easiest thing ever.
I think if we keep talking shit for 200 episodes, we're gonna be just fine.
And that's the thing too. I think both of us struggle with being consistent in things, and this is the most consistent we've been on anything. In a very long time.
I'm gonna agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and it's not something I'm gotta go do the podcast.
No.
It's still I'm gonna go do that.
I get to go do that.
Yeah, exactly. I get to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. Where are we at on?
Still doesn't care, but I don't
We're at 52 minutes.
52.
Yeah. So that's something I'm working on myself as far as just telling more people how I actually feel.
Yeah.
And not just keeping it to myself, afraid to hurt, afraid to rock the boat.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the last couple years has been a revolution for me of sorts, and it has been something where there's certain relationships that haven't been going great, and I've been able to say that to them, and sometimes it's completely changed the relationship for the better, sometimes it's dissolved it, but I think it's been for the better in either way.
I'd say so. Because I think, and we've known each other for what, 4 or 5 years?
4 or 5 years,
yeah. And
man, that's gone fast.
I know. And I liked you then. I was like, Sydney's cool.
Yeah.
But just getting to know you.
Yeah.
I can see the change in you. I don't know, just you're very willing to just go for it.
Yeah.
And just give it a shot and just be yourself. And that is rare.
Stop
it. Okay.
No, I mean, I've worked really hard to try to do that more.
Well, I was going to say, don't you feel like when I got into real estate, I feel like that's when everything for me changed. And not because of money and stuff like that, which, money helps.
I mean, it helps.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, the money helps. But with real estate, you can't just jump in and just show up, put your hours in, and be done.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure some people get by just fine like that. But the way I did it is, it was like a self-help. Basically, all of a sudden now, I get my real estate license, and almost, the first real estate book I got was more just a self-help book, and then that led to another, and then another. Always, each time, it was always directed for a purpose,
right?
But it was such a growth and a learning, just how to tap into what you actually can accomplish, and then how and even like the structure on how to do it, the routines, and it's a daily grind.
Yeah.
You can turn it off, but you're going to pay for it.
I mean, I'm not paying for it right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this. I usually try to have a purposeful slowdown around Christmas time. Because, I mean, it gets a little bit slower sometimes anyways. But I want to be able to spend more time with my kids. I want to be able, they're at that age now where it's up to me to create the magic, and I want to be able to spend more time creating the magic and focusing on them. So usually around that time, and then January I start back up, and it's like you put it out there and things start coming back to you a little bit. This year's been different because clearly we just moved, if you didn't know.
Wait!
I know. And
all right, that's news to everybody.
So now that we've been in the house for a couple weeks, it's like, all right, I'm settled in. Like, let's get going
get back
again.
To it.
And thankfully, like, with the clients that I already am working with, it seems to work well for them because now they're getting serious about looking. So I've been showing like probably 3 or 4 families consistently the last week or 2. So I am getting back into it. It's not crazy fast, and it's not anything, but it's
well,
I'm good. It's good. It's fine. It's good. It's fine. But yeah, I feel like I have the training wheels on again because it's not where I was this time last year.
Right. It's a different environment too.
Yeah.
Than the
it
market.
Definitely is.
And yeah, I mean, I took the. It was probably this time last year when I started to go, I don't want to say cruise control, but I was more protective of my time.
Yeah.
And I was just more like, okay, I'm not going to drop everything, and take care of this and that. It can wait, until I'm ready to take care of it.
Yep.
And I'm not going to, carry the burdens of my clients just because it is a very emotional business as well. And we've got to separate that. And so that's been quite the learning for me, how to separate it so that I can use that energy towards my family. Because when I jumped into real estate, it was like do or die. And I mean, I was just go. It was all about real estate. Like and especially I moved up here, I didn't know anybody. So every new person I made, I was also a struggling realtor. And it was all like, that was my mindset. I was realtor first, and then I was Chris second.
Yeah.
And I believe I was also realtor first, family second. And so that probably 4 years of that, 4 or 5 years, it built up a good business, but I don't think it helped my family like in the emotional way that it should have.
Yeah. I think, but that's what I love about our business though too. It is what you make of it. Like if you want it to be that, you can totally make it that.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to be that, you don't have to.
Yeah.
And it kind of naturally follows whatever you structure it to be. It's like, it's very fluid, and you can just create whatever, shape of glass or size of glass that you want. And it's like, once your glass is full, you're good. You don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. And I was thinking about that today, like, just the flexibility that this job gives me is huge. Like, for the move, it's not like I had to put any, talk to my boss and get the hours off, because thankfully my boss is a really nice lady. And then, like, earlier this week, like Tuesday, Jonah was homesick from school with an ear infection. So it's like, hey, I have one showing. I'm going to take you with me because ear infections are not contagious. Yeah. And then we have a doctor's appointment afterwards. And then we'll just have some snuggle time. And so it was really nice to be able to do it for that. And even, like, today, it's like I reorganized a couple closets that I didn't get right the first time. And then I slowly got ready, and then I had an appointment. We are recording now. I have another appointment after this. And it's just nice to be able to have my life and to build my business around that.
Yeah.
Instead of the other way around.
Yeah. And that's where I'm trying to restructure.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind is there where it's like family first, and I see a phone call that I'm not ready to take, I don't take it.
Yep.
You know, and I know the consequences. You know, I know that if it's a random number, and I'm talking with Sarah and she's telling me something, you know, I'm not gonna pull up that phone and be like, oh, hold on, let me take this.
Right.
Because I did that for the first 4 or 5 years of building the business. It was like, oh, phone call, hold on.
Right.
You know? And so
I feel like you're also like when you first start out, you're so excited, like
oh my god, yeah, you're like
my number,
yeah,
and
right.
Like fuck this, I'm done. Like I hate answering the phone.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna leave a message, I'm not calling you back either.
Why don't you text me first, see if it's a good time to talk? How about that? Can I put that out there?
Right.
Text me, say, hey, you got a minute?
Or honestly, I don't mind if you call me, but if I don't answer, leave a voicemail and then maybe
right.
or follow it up with a text.
Yes, please do that.
Hey, this is kind of what I need. This is who I am. Call me back. This is a good time.
Yeah.
And like, okay, I can work with that. But like, if you're just gonna call, like, I had one person who called incessantly. Like called and then 5 minutes later called again. Never left a voicemail. The next day called. The next day
I get
called.
that sometimes, yeah.
Nobody left a voicemail, and I was like, I'm not like.
Yeah, I'm not
but every time, it's not like I just wasn't answering the phone to be a dick. It was like not a good time any of those times. But they never left a voicemail. They never did any of that, and then just like never called again. I was like, okay.
Well, you know, and it sets that precedent so early.
Yeah.
That hey, I'm not at your beck and call.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think
you're not the
for the most part,
I'm dealing with.
Yeah. Newer realtors, we are at the beck and call.
Yeah.
You know, we are hungry and just which, you know, benefits some clients, but to the, you know, detriment of us.
It's like I'm not going to text you back at 9:30.
Yeah.
Like I do sometimes, but sometimes I'm just like, you can wait till tomorrow morning.
I remember hearing when I first started, you know, about older realtors. You know, and people are like, oh, they barely answer their phone, blah, blah, blah. And now I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I get it. I'm like, no, I understand. I'll call you back, but if it's important.
Right.
Or I'll just text.
Right.
We hit our hour. You want to wrap her up?
Okay.
You got anything else you want to?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Well, we got that.
Off our chest.
Off our chestises.
Yeah. Off our chestises.
That's it. We'll just make this a where we just not complain. We bare our souls. We'll have a guest next week.
Oh, will we?
Yeah.
That's the next week.
That's
we
next
actually
week.
Have that one scheduled. Like a month in advance.
I know. Brian Russell of the Russell Group, the brewery. Why can't I? Brokerage Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you're not local, Russell Company is another brokerage in town.
One of the bigger of the.
It's a family business one. So there's a mother, there's the daughter, and then the son is who we're talking to. But the son also broke off the brokerage and started a brokerage brewery.
Yeah, which is really cool.
So, yeah.
And he's also got a soon to be released podcast about AI. Which probably at this point they've recorded 8 episodes. I'm thinking that they've never released.
Started releasing them.
I know. I told him, I'm like, you just release it. There's nothing.
You just do it the same day. You just do it.
Don't look at it. Yeah, just don't.
Don't edit it. Don't think about it. No. Just post it.
Post it. Which it'll be a good time to talk to him because I just saw it was yesterday. I saw Elon Musk and some other big AI guys. I think that's that's their club. They're called Big AI guys.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, they signed either what's it called when they not a petition, maybe a petition. The point being, they're asking for all AI companies to halt all of their research for like 6 months until they can figure out and get a handle on AI because they're afraid it's going to expand so big that we're talking Terminator worlds. Yeah. So I was like, ooh, damn. But it is Elon Musk, so.
Have you seen...
So we'll talk to Brian about that.
Have you seen World War Z?
I have.
Do you like zombie movies?
I do.
I think we've talked about this. Zombies terrify me. Terrify
I don't know if we have talked about this.
I can't watch The Walking Dead. I can't watch certain... If I hear the whole... I have nightmares. And I kid you not. Like, Eric likes zombie things. Eric will watch Walking Dead when he knows that I have an appointment. Or if I'm going to be out of the house, he will watch it when I am not physically around.
Yeah.
Or he'll be like, hey, can I watch this while you're upstairs doing something? Like, yep, thank you for asking.
Yeah,
like,
they're not going to come out of the TV. And
yeah, but it's like if I'm in the room and even here, like like I will have a nightmare, and it's the same nightmare over and over again.
Really?
And it's basically...
Ooh, you tell yours, I'll tell you mine.
I get bit. I am like still like with it. I'm like partial zombified, but then it ends up being like I'm slowly coming back, like I'm like healing from it somehow.
Nice.
And I try
Good
to
for
find
you.
Eric, but I can't talk to him, and then he just tries to shoot me. And so then I'm running. I'm trying to find him, but I'm also running.
Yeah,
from him.
running. Yeah.
And then
Find
he tries
him by
to shoot me,
dodging.
and then I wake up and I tell him, I was like, "Hey, if this happened, like."
Yeah.
Would you shoot me? Oh, absolutely. I'd shoot you right through the head. You'd be gone. I was like, you wouldn't like hold me in a cage and try to save me? He's like, no.
Yeah, I think I'm the
Dang it.
cage kind. Maybe not a cage, but definitely a chain to the feet.
Like, come on. Just love me. But
Yeah.
clearly he doesn't listen to this. He wants to shoot me if I'm a zombie. But I also, like, I
love that he's trying to
feel
shoot
like-
you before you're a full zombie, too.
Well, yeah. What if I get bit in the arm? Oh, I'll chop your arm off really fast.
Oh, okay,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay. So, like, at
There we
least
go.
you chop my arm off, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just... I can't. And... but, like, I also feel like it could happen. Like, what if there was a mutation? What if something
Well,
like that?
if you
like,
watched All of Us, I mean, it could
I'm
happen.
a little nervous.
Because it's fungus born. Like, you know how, like, in I'm gonna say the tropical rainforest, which I'm sure that's not where it's at, but there's like a fungus that stretches like miles and miles, and it's all the same fungus.
I
and
feel
it's
like
all
that's
interacting.
how all... It's like underground thing. Like, even like aspen trees, they share like a
Yeah,
root system.
right. And so that's the concept of all of us, where we are infected with the bacteria, the fungus, and that fungus just grows inside the person and is controlling them to keep spreading the fungus. Yeah, and they like get more fungi. I
don't know.
Are you done with your story?
Well, I just swear that like at first I thought COVID was like the world becoming a zombie.
Oh.
Like, oh
no, we don't.
No.
No, you don't.
Yeah. I was freaked out.
That was the first time I imagine a lot of us were actually imagining, crap. Well, I know I was thinking, damn, I guess maybe I should have a gun. Like, crap. Am I going to have to arm myself and make this house a fortress?
Oh my gosh. Like,
I mean, I have,
anyways.
Yeah, I have 0 guns.
Okay. You know, I mean.
No, I know. I've got my wit.
Yeah.
See how that does in the zombie apocalypse.
How long will I last?
So
I give you 10 minutes.
I'll give you my real quick
yes.
dream. So this was a recurring nightmare I had when I was a kid.
Okay.
Probably like 6 or 7-ish. I think maybe younger.
Maybe 10.
Probably 10. You know the Looney Tunes lady who owns Tweety Bird?
Okay. The old lady.
Yeah. This was a cartoon dream.
Okay.
And so it's basically two-dimensional, like you're watching on TV.
Okay.
And you see the old lady sitting in a rocking chair, like facing us. And then to her, well, been her right, but to our left, there was an open window. Mm-hmm. And that open window, a ghost would come through. And that ghost probably, it wasn't much scarier than Casper, you know? But
I was just going to say,
he had a stupid hat.
Okay.
Yeah, he had like a freaking boiler hat on. Is that what they're called? Bowler, thank you. And
spoiler, I mean, that's fine.
He'd come through the window, and then he'd start going towards the lady, and every night I like would wake up scared to death. Okay. And this was happening like for weeks, and so until one night, like I was telling my parents, I don't want to go to sleep because of this nightmare. I never saw what would happen to her, but I knew something bad was going to happen. Well, that night when I told them about it, and they're like, shut up, go to bed. No, I'm joking. They're fine. No, they were good. But they still made me go to sleep. And so same dream. The ghost comes in and he starts going towards her, and I force myself not to wake up. And then when he gets close,
it's crazy how you can kind of think in your dreams, just stay asleep.
This is the first time I did that. And I got into lucid dreaming too when I was in college. So I'll tell you about that later. That was really cool. Anyway, so I forced myself, and then the ghost, as it got right up to the lady, she got up with her cane and just beat his ass. And then he flew off, and I never had that dream ever again. Isn't that crazy?
We need a dream interpreter. If you are a dream interpreter, tell us what this means.
Scared, I guess, of ghosts. I don't know. But I was able to do that. And so, when I got into lucid dreaming later, I could do things like pull my hair to make it grow and fly and go through walls. And there was one time I was being chased by this guy.
Yeah.
In this prairie, and it was creepy, stormy and all this, but nothing around forever until I saw this tree, and it was just leaning like this, at a 45-degree angle, real long tree. And I ran up it, and I got to the very end of it, nowhere to go. Yeah. And this guy who was chasing me, he's in a black trench coat, black hat, couldn't see his face.
A bowler hat?
Maybe. Oh, I'm scared of boilers.
It's all the bowler hats.
That's what it is.
Those damn I'm scared of those hats.
Boilers. Anyway, he came up, and I just stood and I turned and saw him, and as he came up, I just looked at him. I was like, "Wait a second, this is just a dream."
I ain't scared of you.
Get out of here! Shit. And the guy just turned around and just walked off. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah. That was a good time. Nice. All right, I do need to leave some time to edit this. So,
okay. That's it.
That's it. Right. That's all we got.
I'm Sydney.
I'm Chris.
If you didn't figure that out by now.
Right.
If you want to, you can follow us on Instagram at HomeslicePod. Or if you want to email us, which we would love it if you emailed us.
Yes, please.
Anything you want to. If you hear the bathrooms, if you hear them, if you have anything funny to say, if you have any watcher story ideas.
Oh, yes, please.
Anything like that. It's thehomeslicepod@gmail.com. And I think that's it. Homeslice.
Thank you. Where's my mouse?
All right. Bye.
All right. Oh, we're still.